The Middle Pillar, Science and the Sacred, The Alchemy of Guilt, featuring our hit musical track. Release into Light, written and narrated by Daniel Tanguay, copyright 2025 The Middle Pillar Society. All rights reserved. This audiobook is licensed for personal use only. Unauthorized duplication, distribution, or public performance is prohibited. Transforming past judgment into self-forgiveness.
To my mother, may you finally be free from the burdens you carried. What was once survival can now become peace, and what was once sorrow can now be forgiven by the light you helped create.
The Silent Chain.
There is a chain many carry that cannot be seen by the eyes, yet its weight shapes every thought, every choice, every breath. That chain is guilt, and it is often the last burden left to surrender for those awakening. You cannot carry guilt into the higher frequencies of being. It is not because the universe demands your perfection. It is because guilt belongs to a denser world where separation, judgment, and punishment are the rulers of thought. But here, now, you are invited into something different. You are invited into light.
Understanding the nature of guilt.
Guilt arises when the mind measures the past and finds it lacking. It is born from the illusion of a linear self, a self who should have known better, a self who should have been stronger, a self frozen in a snapshot of perceived failure. But guilt does not arise in isolation. It is often seeded early in life through the expectations placed upon us by family, culture, and institutions that equate worthiness with flawlessness. It grows in the soil of fear. Fear of rejection, fear of punishment, fear of not being lovable. Over time, guilt can become a habit, a reflex, a way of trying to control an uncontrollable past. Yet the past cannot be controlled. It can only be understood. Here's the great secret. The one who made the mistake no longer exists. You are not the same being you once were every moment. Your cells have changed, your thoughts have evolved, and your awareness has expanded. To hold on to guilt is to bind yourself to a ghost, an echo of a past self who was doing the best they could with what they knew at the time. Growth and guilt cannot occupy the same space. One must yield to the other. And it is not the universe that demands you release guilt. It is your own becoming that calls you forward.
Healthy accountability versus toxic guilt.
There is a difference between honoring accountability and surrendering to toxic guilt. Healthy accountability says, I see what I have done. I have learned. I will make different choices. It carries responsibility, but it moves forward. It fuels growth. Toxic guilt says, I am forever broken because of what I have done. It anchors you to the past. It drowns the light of the soul. Forgiveness does not erase accountability. Forgiveness fulfills it by choosing not to remain imprisoned by the past, as you can no longer change, but can endlessly learn from it. Healing asks not for forgetting, but for transformation.
Facing the resistance to self-forgiveness.
It is normal if the idea of self-forgiveness feels foreign, even undeserved. You may feel you are protecting others by punishing yourself. You may fear letting yourself off too easily if you forgive. But guilt that stays too long ceases to honor others and only dishonors your becoming. If you find yourself resisting forgiveness, know this, that very resistance is a sign of how long you have been imprisoned. It is not proof that you are unworthy of release. It is proof of how ready you are for it. Be patient with yourself. Self-forgiveness is not a single act. It is a new way of breathing.
A simple practice, the release into light.
Take a few moments now to sit quietly. Feel the presence of the self you once were, the one who made the mistakes you still carry. Visualize that version of yourself standing before you, and now say to them, aloud if you can, I see you. I know you were afraid. I know you were hurting. I know you were doing the best you could with what you knew. I forgive you. I set you free. We are no longer bound to that moment. We are free to grow. Visualize light surrounding them, transforming them and absorbing them into your present self, stronger, wiser, and free. Breathe deeply. Let it be done.
Real-world reflections. Forgiveness in motion.
Forgiveness is not abstract. It moves through life in small human ways. A mother forgives herself for the years she parented from fear instead of wisdom and begins to parent with love instead of guilt. A man releases the shame of walking away from a dream he once abandoned and rediscovers new dreams unburdened by self-judgment. A woman forgives herself for a love she could not save, and in doing so reclaims the power to love again with an open heart. Each act of forgiveness breathes life where sorrow once lingered. Each act is an invitation to live again.
Beyond yourself, the power to lead others out of guilt.
When you free yourself from the chains of guilt, you do more than heal your heart. You gain the ability to lead others out of theirs. You cannot lift someone from the waters if you are still drowning. You cannot speak with the voice of freedom if guilt still echoes in your soul. Self-forgiveness is not selfish. It is sacred preparation. When you carry unhealed guilt, it clouds your judgment, weakens your empathy, and diminishes your ability to present fully. When you forgive yourself, you become a beacon, a light powerful enough to illuminate the path for others. The ripple effect of your healing reaches far beyond you. Your healed heart becomes the ground on which others find their courage to heal. The light you cultivate within yourself was never meant to be hoarded. It was always meant to be shared.
Key reflection.
Ask yourself, is my guilt teaching me anything new, or is it a weight keeping me from growing? What would it feel like to set that weight down? If the universe holds no condemnation toward me, why should I? Forgiveness is not abandoning accountability. It is the highest form of accountability, the choice to heal and embody the lessons the past has taught you.
Closing invitation.
You are not being asked to pretend you never fell. You are being asked to recognize that you rose. You are not the sum of your errors. You are the light that grew through them. The past cannot be changed, but the meaning you give it can. Choose to weave a new story where guilt alchemizes into wisdom, sorrow into strength, and judgment into an unwavering belief in your light and the light of others. You were never meant to live imprisoned by your past. You were meant to become. You were meant to be free. You were meant to be light.
Through the slow burning of guilt, sorrow, and forgiveness, the soul is tempered into something greater. These lessons are not punishments. They are the sacred passageways through which consciousness rises, shedding its old skin to remember it was light all along. Daniel Tanguay.
Introducing release into light.
As we close this chapter, we invite you to immerse yourself in the healing sounds of Release into Light, a musical reflection of the transformation you have just begun. Let its harmonies cleanse the spaces where guilt once dwelt. Let it be your anthem of freedom. We will play the track for you now if you listen to the audiobook. If you are reading, you can experience Release into Light at www.soundcloud.com/themiddlepillar. Breathe. You are free.
I carried the weight of the words I betrayed, built walls out of silence for the debts never paid. In the halls of regret, I lost all my sight, but tonight I step forward, I release into light. Every shadow, every scar, it was a lesson from afar. Like a second skin tide, feeding the echoes that haunted my nights. But the hands that once trembled now open so wide. I embrace who I am, no more need to hide. Every shadow, every scar, built the map to who we are. Release into light, from the ashes we rise. No more chains of the past, no more borrowed goodbyes. We forgive, we ignite, we remember our might. No more living in pieces fall free. There's no prison but shame and no jailer but me. But I hold the key, and I finally see. Release into light, from the ashes we rise. No more chains of the past, no more borrowed goodbyes. We forgive, we ignite, we remember our might. No more living in sorrow, we are released into light. We release into light. We release into light. We release into light.
Closing note.
This work, The Middle Pillar, Science and the Sacred, is made possible by the generous support of spiritual finders like you, those who not only seek, but actively uncover the truths that unite us all. If this chapter inspired you, please consider joining us in this sacred mission. Please support us at www.patreon.com/themiddlepillar. Your contributions directly enable the creation of new insights, music, and shared wisdom, helping us reach more seekers while spreading light to all who are ready to find it. Thank you for being a part of this transformative journey. Together, we illuminate the path for others.